Hi there, welcome to this video on Classroom.Cloud. Today we're going to be looking at web monitoring and we're going to be looking at the block or restricted list option. What this allows you to do is build up a selection of websites that you can locally block for students within this Google Classroom. This means you can build up your own list of websites that can be blocked access that students can't access while this option is active. So this sits on top of something like Smoothwall. Smoothwall will filter out things at a whole school level, but you might have particular websites that are allowed through the Smoothwall, through the firewall, that you don't want access to in lessons. Common examples of that might be Wikipedia as an untrusted source of information, or YouTube, for example. So how do we set this block list up? Well, the first thing we're going to do is come into our web monitoring tab, and then we're going to come up here to manage. This will open up a selection for our web controls. Here we have our approved list that we're going to look at in the next video, but we're going to look at the restricted list here. So the restricted list for this classroom currently has YouTube restricted, and I want to add Wikipedia to the list. To do that, what I'm going to do is click on the little plus arrow down here, which will bring up my add website option menu. I'm going to go onto the website that I want blocked, in this case Wikipedia, and copy the URL. I'm going to come in here and just paste that in. Here we can see that it's going to block anything that involves www.wikipedia.org, and I'm going to press save. Now we can see this is added to the restricted list, so my current restricted list will be Wikipedia and YouTube. So if I activate this, students will have access to everything they can normally access apart from these two websites. So to turn this on, we just hit our block or restricted. So if I hit this here, it would apply to everyone within the class. If I just wanted to apply it to one student, say Taster 2, I would click on them and then press the block or restricted. Here we can see the little internet world icon has turned into a red shield, showing that we have the block or restricted list access. So now, if we go over to that student and they try to access one of those things, so if they try to access YouTube, for example, they can search it, they can click on it, but when they click on YouTube, they will get a block screen and they won't be able to access that website. They'll need to close that tab and then just go on to a different tab to do their work. To turn web filtering off is very simple. We just come back in, make sure we've clicked on the student, and then we can click unrestricted on the internet. Again, we can see that icon has now changed to the black globe icon, and we know that they have now full access to the internet again. So that's how we can build that up. You build up your restricted list for each individual Google Classroom. So you need to go into Classroom.Cloud, into the class, and build up that restricted list within each class. That means you could have different restricted lists for each class that you teach, or just have those URLs saved in a document somewhere, and you can copy and paste them into all of your classes. So that's how we set up and we start the block and restricted list in the web monitoring tab.